why we've been the same lineup for so long, and probably the same reason we'll just keep going the same way.
I mean, it started out with a different guitar player in the band in the position that I'll hold. Andy Kerr was the first guitar player, and that was before any show really happened. Andy was fucking great. He laid the foundation for a lot of the lead work that was going to happen in the band. I kind of took that and elaborated on it and things like that as directed by the rhythm guitar player Mansour. You know, like he writes 95% of the songs, so therefore he has, you know, the direction, everything else just kind of like, you know, stems off of that.
I had a lot of riffs, okay, and I just basically needed some place to record them, and you know, my left hand direction, Strix over here, he basically was cool enough to, you know, have me come over and track some riffs.
He got a guy who knew how to do the mixing, recording, and all the sound check. Then he found Julian, who was an excellent drummer, who complimented his riffs.
Moi, j'ai mon chum qui record mes tracks de drum. Il est exclusif à moi. Il a arrêté de recorder. Il a vendu son studio, puis quand j'ai besoin de lui, on loue un studio, puis on record. Puis tout le reste, c'est ce abruti-là qui l'a fait. Il a fait son coach musique technique, 15 000 $, qui sert à rien, là. Puis il nous enregistre.
That's another reason too. Like seriously, he knows how to work the soundboard and stuff like that. So I felt that I could work with him, you know.
Yeah, each other. The thing is, if you come in a band like this and you're all striving for the same thing, you're all gonna like feel so strongly about it. And you know, so many shows that we played together and so many fucking times like trying to write new songs together. I mean, we're so fired up about it that nobody's gonna back off because everybody wants it to be the absolute greatest thing it could possibly be. We feel so strongly about that, and that being said, it's like of course words are gonna fly and you know, potentially fists are gonna fly and doors are gonna slam with somebody walking out on the other end, because we just want it to be the greatest that it can be, and we really feel that we've achieved that with this new record for sure. It's been like 2.5 years in the making, because these songs have been have come right out of our fucking guts, you know what I mean?
Performing and being a band and going through the album recordings are all separate like entities on their own. So we face all these troubles together. Sometimes we have different opinions, sometimes we have different values, sometimes we have different ideas. I mean, just like any band, we process it and we deal with it together. There's always going to be an uprising, there's always going to be a downrising, there's always going to be a medium. We kind of know each other very well enough to like keep going at what we do, because we know what we want out of the product, out of the band, out of the scene, out of the culture of the music. Now, we don't actually follow any trends, but we're all brothers and sisters of a certain energy that was created many years ago. So we are a foundation of foundations of music. It's just a typical band situation.
C'est un band qu'on peut être nous autres mêmes. Chaque gars ici est lui-même.
Yeah.
D'habitude, quand t'es dans un band, t'as un gars qui lead, qui va te dire soit de ma couleur, soit comme que je pense. Mais nous autres, on laisse la liberté à tout le monde. Puis c'est ça qui fait qu'on est encore ensemble.
That's exactly it. We complement each other in every aspect.
Yeah.
That's why we're together for so long. That's why we're going to be together for so long.
Yeah.
It's just who we are.
If one person didn't work in the equation, they would easily be tossed out the door within 5 fucking seconds. Creatively speaking, I think it's just 5 guys being as aggressive as they can and not making any sense, but it all coming to order at the end of the day by this fucking guy.
Order through chaos?
Exactly. It's a hub. You can't be a legitimate metal band and tour and not come to fucking Montreal. I mean, it's like, it's the place you want to be, and every time they come here, if you meet up with any of these guys after the show, they're gonna say, fuck, Montreal rocks. You know, they'll say it during the show, they'll say like Montreal's the best place to fucking play because it's got the most legitimate die-hard fucking metal fans like anywhere.
Ask Metallica if you wanted a real response.
Ask fucking Bob.
and you'll get the
Especially
exact
James
answer you
Bob
want.
Dukes from Exodus that came to me after a show. He was just like, "Yeah, it looks like you were having fun." This
Yeah.
motherfucker was giving me piggybacks and throwing me into fucking people at the show. You know, like, you don't get better than that.
On a enregistré de là 2 ans. On l'a envoyé mixer, envoyé masteriser. Le processus au complet a pris 1 an. Puis on a envoyé des press kits à 33 compagnies de disques. Il y a
Ouais, c'est ça.
DN Record qui nous ont attisés, répondu, mais ils n'ont rien fait de concret. Après ça, il y a une compagnie de disques qui nous ont dit qu'on avait le plus beau press kit au monde. Puis les autres, ils sont au courant qu'on existe, mais il n'y a rien qui s'est passé parce que du grindcore, c'est pas ça qui vend des CD. Puis aujourd'hui, ils s'en vendent plus de CD. Puis on l'a sorti avec le label de Stephen Henry, que lui, il a Urban Alliance, il a essayé de rentrer en Human là-dedans. Puis regarde, dans le temps, il avait eu son petit label Neoblast qui avait parti Neuraxis. Il avait fait Blasphème, qu'après ça, ça avait devenu les gars d'Iron Dissonance. Il y avait eu les gars de Athératique qui sont devenus les gars d'Augury, les gars de Neuraxis plus tard. Puis c'est quand même un gars qui a fait descendre Deeds of Flesh dans Impetus en premier à Montréal. Il connaît le shit, puis on l'encourage dans ces choses.
Yeah, so pretty much writing the music and the album wasn't a hard aspect for the band. It was actually very much enjoyable. It's fun. We do it because we love it, and it was just an easy match. That's it. It's a great scene to be a part of. It's very well respected, world renowned. We've got a lot of bands like Gory Guts, Cryptopsy, Cataclysm, etc., Neuraxis.
The Spice Icon.
Spice Icon. You know, if you're pretty much following the scene, not just the Montreal scene, but the death metal scene or heavy metal scene, you'll come across these guys because they're boldly innovative, boldly striking, and they're boldly doing what is actually necessary for the scene. Anyways, for us, it's something to grow on.
What are you supposed to be? I can't make it out. Are you a guy or a girl? Don't fuck me, fuck your parents, they fucked up. Alright, we're gonna move forward.
It was Heavy Montreal, okay?
Yeah.
So it was a big deal, you know, it was something to do like at a festival that's, what was it, 2012?
Doesn't matter.
Regardless.
12, some shit,
Yeah.
It was a pre-heavy MTL event where all like a bunch of bands from Montreal kind of competed against each other. We made it to round 1. This was round 2 specifically.
Yeah, the good thing, the good
me
part.
And Muncie were outside smoking a cigarette next to the dumpster outside the venue, and you see
Right across the street,
You
okay?
see a whole bunch of hands, like you see like a whole bunch of these.
Don't turn it, don't turn it.
Down,
You see a whole
down.
bunch
It's
of
gotta be
these,
down.
And they're just like trash all over the place. There's probably like 25 of them. And he's like, we should bring those on stage with us. I'm like,
J'en recevais des bouts de
fuck yeah,
Snap.
man! You know? So we bring them on stage thinking they're all foam. Like, styro fucking foam. But they're not. Like, he picks them up, he's like, this one's a little heavier. I'm like, well, it's got a fucking rod in it because somebody jammed it in the ground outside a church or school, right? So fucking, anyway, the ones with the rods we take on stage with us because we don't want anyone to get hurt. Like, it's cool, smash the styrofoam fucking cross with somebody's head. Who gives a fucking shit? We did it purposely. We're like, here, have the styrofoam cross. But this fucking guy, he gets on stage with us to do a song, and then he thinks it's fucking styrofoam like all the other ones were. So he takes over his buddy's head and he's like, haha, idiot, you know, smash. Within seconds, just like, this fucking like demonic
Poor guy.
pops out of his head.
It got a little hectic, okay? People, you know, started throwing shit around and crosses were going, you know, into the pit.
Eventually, it was just like busted fucking shitty styrofoam everywhere. It was just like you're playing, you get smacked in the face. Somebody was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna hit you." I like took one.
It goes on the drum snare.
Julian got one on his snare, you know. He's just like,
Ouais,
"Toc,
j'avais
toc, toc,
j'avais
toc."
des billes
What
de
the
Space,
fuck?
hein.
Toc, 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 toc.
Prostitution, pretty much, in a nutshell, is our cult and way of life.
It's like it's a brotherhood, man. You know, like we meet up at the same time, at the same place, at the same point every week to come down here and do this shit. You know, regardless of what the fuck else is going on, like it always happens. Like it's you know, the satanic fucking church. It's fucking heaven.
Hail
hell.
Satan.
And we're doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for us, we're doing it for the people who like and appreciate what we do. If you're out there and you'd like it, be a part of it. Otherwise, you're irrelevant to us.